Okay, we have Theo here, and I just want to give a little introduction to him. Of course, we just picked him up from the groomer. Leave that alone. And he is looking beautiful, super soft, and we talked about how soft he was, and he is just like a teddy bear. I mean, even softer perhaps than most teddy bears, so I think you're going to be really happy. He's shaved just a little bit shorter probably than we normally cut a dog, but he's looking great, smelling great. He's going to look beautiful for you when he arrives tomorrow. So it's really important the first, few days, even the first week or two, is to let him get adjusted. He's going to have to decompress. It's a new home, and it's going to be important for you to practice his training, work on good leash walking skills, do what we talked about with keeping him in the kennel the first day, not in your house loose, and then day 2 we keep him on a leash anywhere in the house. Don't let him run loose in the house. And he's got to set up his own rules and boundaries and get a routine going, know where the door is so that he knows where he needs to go when he has to go potty. It's pretty common. I know he has spent another time going to somebody's house, and I know the first day he had some pee accidents, but it's important to just correct that quickly. If he does have something like that, don't make a big deal about it. Just get him outside and make sure he empties his bladder. But using the kennel that first day is going to really help that process. I know he had a couple pee accidents the first day at another one of our employees' houses after he was recovering from his neurosurgery, but it was just a problem that first day, and then he quickly learned the rules of the house and that he can't do that, and he did very, very well. So keep that in mind. Kennel the first day or outside. Day 2, tethering with a leash. Maybe only a couple rooms. Day 3, expand to a few more rooms in the house and the rest of the house on leash, and then you can start giving him more and more freedom in the house. But don't go too much freedom too fast. Let him feel like he's slowly increasing sort of his boundaries. And so I want to show you how we get him to walk on a leash nicely. Any dog is, even though that he's been trained very well to not pull on a leash, the dog doesn't think to himself, I have a leash on, therefore I shouldn't pull. You're going to have to communicate with Theo not to pull on a leash. Of course, he sees something he wants. My son has got a little toy out and he wants to go over and say hello. I'm just going to tell him, just kind of hold him back and not let him go see that. But when getting a dog to not pull on a leash, it's common and it's intuitive to think that you can just pull back on a dog and hold them back. But what that tells a dog is actually the opposite. It tells them to pull harder. So we don't want to do any chain, leash yanking to get him to slow down. We actually just want to stop everything, re-get his attention and focus, and tell him to come with us and guide him more with your voice, more so than with the leash. The leash is just to keep him from getting too far away from us, and it's also to redirect him to keep him on our left side. Whenever we're teaching a dog to walk on a leash, we always train them to stay on our left side as much as possible, and it's just for consistency's sake for the most part. And that helps so he is not confused and doesn't think that sometimes he should walk on the right, sometimes on the left, although he's able to walk on both sides and be under control. So if you want to go for a walk, we would just say, okay, Theo. I get his attention. He looked at me in the eyes and say, okay, Theo, let's go. And we start walking. He does very nice, the super loose leash. I don't have to pull on it at all. And if I wanted to turn around and say, Theo, and I want to get his attention, and I'll say, come on, Theo, with me. And I use my hand to kind of get his attention because we'll keep treats in it. And you're going to want to keep treats in your left hand the first day so that when he's walking nicely, not pulling ahead, stick a treat in his mouth on your left side every so often so he knows he's doing the right thing. And then I'll just make a couple passes. If he gets ahead, I'm just going to stop and turn around and tell him to come this way. Don't just yank him around. Come on, Theo. Let's go. Nice loose leash here. Nice loose leash. We'll walk around the bicycle. Come on, Theo. Again, there's no tension on this leash. He was getting a little far away, so I just told him to come over closer to me. If he gets ahead like that, I just stop. Theo. Theo. And I wait for him to look at me. Okay, good boy. Let's go. Just mainly with my voice. Get his attention. Come on, Theo, let's go this way. Good boy. He's going to do really good in the leash for you, but it's important that you don't just pull back on the leash if he does start pulling. You just got to get his attention, say his name, and say, come on, let's go this way, and make eye contact with him. He's going to do very, very well if you do that. So we talked a little bit about the crate training. Continue to do that. Leash pulling, it's a command. It's not just automatic for dogs, even though he's very, very good. Other than that, take him out on a pretty regular basis. General rule of thumb, after they eat, after they sleep, after they play, to begin with, until you start developing a routine. And as far as housebreaking goes, he's a much older dog. He's not going to be having a lot of problems or much transition time. It's just important those first few days to set him up for success. don't let him just run free in the house. He will have accidents if you let him run free in the house on the first day if he has to go potty. So doing that whole crate training day 1 and the tethering method day 2 and 3 consistently, I guarantee you're going to have a great time with him. He's super nice. He's a really friendly boy. He was really good at the groomers. Really not any issues. Super soft. He's just a great outgoing personality. He's great and gentle with our kids. Obviously, he's not jumping all over them. He's good. In fact, he hardly ever jumps up on people, and he responds very well to corrections and just telling him off or no. I think you're going to do great. Kayla will show you the rest, and hopefully I'll be able to get this video uploaded so you can get it in time to see it tomorrow before Theo comes to you. Thanks.